and welcome back to another video. And if you're here for the very first time, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I'm Jane, my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British, early retirees, we've got no debt, we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Sunday we bring you an aspect of our private lives. Now normally this time of year, we'd be lounging in the garden and enjoying the weather or on day trips out and about. But it's absolutely freezing. It's like 9 degrees at night, 15 degrees at tops in the daytime. So we've been making the most of this unseasonably cool weather to do loads of those yucky, horrible, gotta get done jobs in our garden. Because it's no spend June, and in no spend June, we do like to keep really busy. And we've got loads to do. We've got the basement to clean out, we've got the barn to clean out, we've got wood to get in, we've got wood to chop and stack. Oh, it goes on and on. When you live a thrifty and frugal life and you're not paying other people to do it, we've got loads to show you. Loads to show you. We really hope that you enjoy the video. All part of our no spend June as it continues and goes forward. Roll the camera. This lovely fern is growing in the middle of my garden. Mike has carefully cut the grass around it. Well, I'm going to move it and put it in one of my borders. I'm going for that kind of natural woodland looking borders. So I'm going to move this one. And here is my little fern relocated. It's a new home in the border with the other plants that I am in the middle of weeding. I have done so much to start with, and I'll do the front and weed it. So here's the bottom of the garden, and this pile of weeds here in the garden, in the river, in the little stream. It's a river in the winter. It's about 2 or 3 foot deep in the winter, and in the summer it's 6 inches deep. So no, we can't swim in it. This is hemlock. An invasive and unpleasant plant. Look it up if you want to. Now, you'll see in the video I've got really thick gloves on and I'm pulling it out and I'm moving it to the side because it's just awful. It is our responsibility and the responsibility of anyone who has got any kind of river, stream or tributary on their land to keep it clean, to keep it clear. because when you have the weeds, it builds up sand and it gets silted up. And you'll watch me today clear out all of these weeds. So here is the small section that I have done, and I've got loads more to do. It's a really horrible job because you're in there with these stinky weeds. The weeds actually smell, the hemlock actually smells a very strong aniseed, and it's not actually a very pleasant smell. So you're in there and it's yucky job. So I've cleaned all this, and it does look so pretty when it's all cleaned out. The water's beautifully clean here, and I've got days more work to do. I won't film all of it. You don't want to just see someone cleaning out their stream all of the time. It's really great fun doing this because, oh, groovy. A massive pigging hole here. What the pigging hell has done that? Anyway, it's great fun here because I spend most of my time looking at what wildlife is doing. There's another one here. There is always something digging up and eating your garden when you live in the middle of nowhere. Answers on leave me a comment if you know what in Brittany in northwest France would have dug that up, so you can see they're all in here. And that'll be my next job. I won't film it all, like I said. You don't want to see me weeding the garden, but it's one of those jobs you have to do when you own a really pretty little stream at the bottom of your garden. It doesn't take me long, I just don't like doing it. But there we go. I think I'll put a trail cam out on that later to see what the dickens is digging my garden now. Oh, my gunnera is doing so well. Oh, I love it, it's so structural. It's about to my waist at the moment, and this will keep getting bigger and bigger. This section of the garden here that Mike weed waxed, trimmed yesterday, we left in the spring. It's all wildflowers, and now they've died. We've trimmed it all back. Hasn't he done a good job? Well, this is our basement. It's a great place to store all of our junk. Much too much junk, and I'm already out of breath because I've been running around removing safe junk. So where we keep the freezer. We want to do something with this room, probably in the future, turn it into a storage room and a laundry room. All those things. Excuse me, being out of breath. Gosh, I've already gone. So we're going to need to get some more shelving. So even though it's a no spend month, no spend means no discretionary spending, no frivolous spending. But anything budgeted for will get spent, and we have got the budget set aside in our home improvement sinking fund for things like buying shelving, and we'll need to pick that up from the bricko today. So we can get some semblance of order in here. Lots of things to get rid of. And let's take you outside. I've been collecting all the garden pots that are a bit broken, they can all go. I'm keeping some of the good ones, and we're filling up the car trailer and taking ourselves to the déchetterie, and every load that goes means we've done a bit more tidying, and it's a really good feeling. That's one load done. Some of it will go, for example, the old fan here we don't use anymore. It will go into a big porta cabin which goes to a place called Thai Recoup recycling house, where people can pay a couple of euros and buy stuff. All the rest, if it's burnable, it gets burnt at an energy producing plant. It's not really any landfill. Everything gets recycled. I don't even think there is any landfill here anymore. Somebody, if you live in Finistère or Morbihan or any of the other departements around here, let me know, because I don't think there are. So we've got one load, and we haven't heaped it up because when we get there, it takes quite a time
for us, we have to do the recycling, put the right thing in the right place. So let's get off to the déchetterie with the first load. So here it is. Here is the déchetterie. Going to the déchetterie is absolutely part of life in France because everything gets recycled or dealt with and it doesn't go into landfill and all of that. And there's members of staff or a member of staff there at any time telling you what you can and can't put anywhere. And we did as we were told. We put it all in the right place. It's like conducting an orchestra. Poor woman, she had about half a dozen people telling them what to do. She does a very good job. I can take a quick video of this because there's nobody here. I can't ever video if there's anybody here or in shot. So we have to put the cardboard in one place, any bits of furniture, anything that can burn, anything metal, anything mixed metal and anything else, anything treated wood. So, and over the other side of those are huge big skips or massive dumpsters, and we put it all in there, and that is one trailer load full, and we beat the rain. This is déchetterie run number 2. All of this wood came out of our house years ago when we were demolishing it, the inside, because it was all just in a mess. Okay, it was all in a mess, and it's got paint on, so we could chop it up and burn it. We would have done in the past if we were desperate. We are not desperate, so this is all going to go to the déchetterie. Anything that's burnable at the déchetterie goes to an energy plant where they burn stuff that makes electricity. So tip run number 2. We are in the heart of our central heating boiler, and I'll go through this because you might be new and you don't know this. We entirely heat with wood, and in the winter we entirely cook with wood. It's the cheapest way for us to do this. Last year we spent €600 on all our heating, and we could heat our house like 22, 23 degrees, which is lovely, lovely and warm. And it just stays warm because it's insulated. So, in the shed, let's go in here. In the shed, we have the last year's wood that we bought. We'll rearrange that and put it all to one side. And in here is my log splitting mic, splitting logs that we've cut here. So when trees fall here, which they do, we have storms and they fall, we season them I mean, keep them on the ground for a couple of years. When they're dry, we split them. And he's splitting them and chucking them out. I'm putting them in the wheelbarrow and putting them in our old wood sheds. Those wood sheds have been here now 4 years. We built them from just scrap that we had lying around the place, and they are holding out brilliantly, may I say. So I must get on with my part of the bargain, picking up this wood and stacking it. So here are all our solar boxes. We've got one more outside as well, charging up. And we have charged all 3 of them today. And that's taken about 2 hours in the midday sun to charge all of them. And now we get to use the solar power. And here's my washing machine running off solar. My solar box here contains about 2.5 kilowatts when it's fully charged, and it takes nearly an entire charge for that to do 2 loads of washing. And it's Monday, I've stripped the beds, I've washed everything today, so I shall get the 2 loads done. But it's a good sunny day again tomorrow, and I'll charge the solar box up again tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Bye for now.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.
What?
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is